You know, we hear so much about probiotics, the good bacteria that we want in our gut. But what about the food that actually feeds them? Well, it turns out not all fiber is created equal. Today, we're diving into a special kind of fiber that acts with some incredible precision.
So if I ask you that question, you're probably thinking about things like fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and you're not wrong at all. But what if we could be way more specific? What if there was a way to selectively nourish the most beneficial microbes that are living inside your gut? And this is where that special fiber comes in. We're talking about something called beta-glucan. As we're about to see, it's a really powerful and, more importantly, precise tool for shaping our gut health from the inside out.
Okay, let's get right into it. What exactly is this stuff anyway?
At its heart, it's a polysaccharide, which, I know, sounds complicated, but it's just a long chain of sugar molecules all linked together. You find it in the cell walls of really common foods like oats and barley, but also in mushrooms and even baker's yeast. And as we're about to see, its unique structure is the real secret to its power.
Now, this is where it gets really fascinating. As you can see right here, the source of the beta-glucan completely changes its structure and what it does in your body. Take a look at oats and barley. They have a simple, linear structure, kind of like a straight line. That's why they're so well known for cardiovascular benefits. But then look at yeast and fungi. Their beta-glucans are way more complex, with a branched structure. This different shape is what lets them interact directly with our immune system. So the big takeaway here is that beta-glucan isn't just one thing. Where it comes from matters a lot.
So let's follow a single molecule of beta-glucan, say from your breakfast bowl of oatmeal, and track its journey all the way through your digestive system to see where the magic really happens.
You know, the best way to think about beta-glucan is not as just some generic fiber, but as a highly targeted fertilizer for all the good microbes in your gut. It's what scientists call a prebiotic. It's specifically designed to feed the good guys.
The process itself is simple, but honestly, it's brilliant. As you can see here, first, you eat it. Then, and this is the most important part, it passes right through your stomach and small intestine completely untouched. Our own digestive enzymes can't break it down, and that means it arrives in your colon totally intact, ready for its real job. See, it's not food for you. It's a gourmet meal for your gut bacteria.
So, once that beta-glucan arrives in the colon, the real party starts. It becomes a 5-star meal for some of our most important microbial allies.
And beta-glucan isn't just any old food source. It's selective. It specifically encourages the growth of the beneficial bacteria we want more of, like species from the bifidobacterium and lactobacillus families. And those are the exact microbes that are linked to things like reduced inflammation and a healthier gut lining.
And we've got direct human evidence for this. Take a look at this chart from a 2010 clinical trial. When they gave healthy adults over 50 just 3/4 of a gram of barley beta-glucan a day, their levels of beneficial bifidobacteria just shot up compared to the placebo group. It's a crystal-clear demonstration of what researchers call the bifidogenic effect.
I think Dr. Eric Zielinski puts it perfectly. He says it's a targeted, selective microbial enhancer that's critical for a healthy gut ecosystem. That just hits the nail on the head. It's all about precision feeding, not just, filling up on random fiber.
Okay, so what happens after your gut bacteria have had their big feast? The story doesn't stop there. The real benefits come from what they produce after they eat.
When your good bacteria ferment that beta-glucan, they produce something incredibly valuable. These compounds called short-chain fatty acids, or SCFAs. You might have heard the term postbiotics floating around. Well, that's exactly what these are. The big three are butyrate, propionate, and acetate, and they are absolute powerhouses for our health. So why do we want more of these? Well, for starters, SCFAs are the main source of energy for the cells that line your colon. They help keep your gut barrier strong, reduce inflammation, help regulate your immune system, and they even help stop harmful bacteria from growing. They really are the currency of a healthy gut.
Now, all of this sounds great, but what does the research actually show? Let's take a look at some of the key findings, and we'll be really careful to separate the evidence from human trials and the studies that were done in animals.
We're going to look at 2 different kinds of evidence. First, human studies, which of course show us what happens in people. And then we'll check out the animal studies, which are so important for revealing the how, the biological mechanisms behind all these effects.
The evidence we have from human trials is really compelling.
We already saw that 2010 study showing how barley beta-glucan boosts bifidobacteria. But building on that, a 2016 study found that the size of the beta-glucan molecule actually matters. The heavier ones were more effective. Then, a 2019 trial showed that barley beta-glucan could actually reduce the population of a bacteria called Collinsella, which is often linked to inflammation. So we're not just adding good guys, we're potentially weeding out the troublemakers too.
Animal studies are great because they help us see how this is all working under the hood. For instance, in calves, yeast-derived beta-glucans were shown to directly boost immune markers. In pigs, barley-derived beta-glucans influence gut permeability and immune cells. And in rabbits, oat beta-glucan led to more lactobacillus and more of those amazing scFAs. So across different animals and different beta-glucan sources, the science is all pointing to the same conclusion. This fiber is actively shaping the gut environment for the better.
So what's the big takeaway from all this? Beta-glucan is not just passive bulk fiber. It's an active, functional ingredient. It's a tool that allows you to be a selective gardener for your microbiome, cultivating the very species that help you thrive.
Which really leaves us with a final thought. We're always told to eat more fiber, right? But maybe the future of gut health isn't just about quantity, but about quality and precision. Could choosing the right kind of fiber be one of the most powerful keys we have to unlocking a healthier gut?